Big trouble in the stock market. Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, July 31st, 2024. My name is Sam Shalhoub, and it's time for your daily dispatch. First up, 3 war vessels from Russia's Baltic Fleet arrived in Havana, Cuba this weekend for a 4-day, quote, work visit to the communist nation that will reportedly conclude on Tuesday. I remember there was a time when just the idea of having that type of armament in Cuba was call for war. Well, it looks like it's getting even crazier over there today. Wall Street Silver had an article on X yesterday, and they said that since January of 2020, the debt has ballooned by 50%. That's the United States debt, from 23 trillion to 35 trillion dollars. Interest on the debt has also skyrocketed with higher rates averaging around 5% lately. Interest on the debt is on pace for $1.5 trillion next year, about 30% of all government revenue collected. It's unsustainable. The switch is happening right before us. A Rasmussen poll has found that a majority of Americans want Biden to resign with immediate effect. The poll found that 76% of likely voters approve of Biden stepping down from seeking another term, with just 18% of voters not approving of the decision. However, the poll also reveals that 52% of Americans also believe that Biden's not capable of finishing his term and needs to go now, even if that means Kamala moves up. Those are big numbers. Attorney General Andrew Bailey yesterday came out and said he obtained a court order forcing border czar Harris and Biden to finish President Trump's border wall. They decided not to appeal, making the win final. The rest of President Trump's border wall is going up because of this lawsuit and Attorney General Andrew Bailey. We are winning, and there's lots going on. Yesterday, Microsoft was hit with another global outage. It left users unable to access emails, Xbox Live, and 365 functions. Another cyber attack? Certainly something to keep an eye on, and I will. Russia is going to allow Bitcoin payments in international trade to counter sanctions. Russian lawmakers passed a bill on Tuesday that will allow businesses to use Bitcoin currencies in international trade as part of its efforts to skirt Western sanctions imposed after Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Now, again, if you're interested in learning how to buy or hold Bitcoin, and you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin, there are many ways to do it. But go to samshalhoub.com and I'll walk you through the process. You can book an appointment directly with me. I don't usually talk about actors and actresses and all that, but I found this very interesting. Kevin Spacey was on some news show and he started breaking down and crying, saying how he was going to lose his home in Baltimore. Well, sure enough, his Baltimore house was sold at auction yesterday. The question I have is, maybe this has something to do with certain executive orders that were written several years ago? Well, it sure looks that way to me. I'd love to hear your opinion on it, but it did actually happen. Dozens of cars on there were derailed, train cars. A Union Pacific Railroad train derailed near Glidden, Iowa on Monday. Drone footage showed the aftermath with dozens of cars toppled along the tracks. Are we having another bout of train derailments? Well, this one was significant. And then finally today, the Magnificent Seven stocks have now erased a combined $2.6 trillion of market cap over the last 20 days. Nvidia down 23%, Microsoft down 15%, Amazon down 12%, Google down 12%, Apple down 9%, Meta down 18%, and Tesla down 19%. Just to give you an idea of how big a deal this is, that's $200 billion more than every stock in Germany's stock market combined. switch is happening, buckle up because it's probably going to get a little bumpy from here. So that's all we have for today. If you'd like to support this channel, go to samshalhoub.com. There's multiple ways to do it. Or you can go to mypillow.com and enter in the discount code SAM. And in the meantime, I hope that you have a great day, and we'll talk again soon.